Volodymyr Zelenskyy came to Mar-a-Lago with a clear mission: to keep President Trump engaged, convinced that Ukraine was working hard for a peace deal.
Got to make a deal. Got to get it done. Too many people dying, and I think both presidents want to make a deal.
No repeat of the Oval Office showdown of February, where Trump told Zelenskyy he didn't have the cards. Here in the Winter White House, which according to Trump, Zelenskyy found gorgeous, one clear commitment at least resulted: a 15-year US security guarantee. Zelenskyy said he'd still try to talk that up to as much as 50 years.
We agree that security guarantees is the key milestone in achieving lasting peace, and our teams will continue working on all aspects.
There was one moment when Trump described his same-day phone call with Vladimir Putin, where the famously non-card-playing Zelenskyy's poker face slipped.
Russia wants to see Ukraine succeed. Once, it sounds a little strange, but I was explaining to the president.
The current plan envisages an 800,000-strong peacetime army for Ukraine, funded by its allies, a release of all prisoners of war and civilians, and an $800 billion economic recovery package, with US companies standing to benefit. President Zelenskyy says a 15-year US security guarantee is now fully agreed. But Russia still rejects any parallel guarantee that would see European troops on Ukrainian soil. The biggest obstacle remains territory. Ukraine's willingness to withdraw its troops from the Donetsk region is contingent on Russia's military pulling back a similar distance to create a demilitarized zone. Russia still wants the whole of Donetsk and Luhansk, together the Donbass. And then there's the Zaporizhzhia nuclear power plant, Europe's largest, which Russia is so far refusing to hand back.
I don't see Putin accepting anything but, at the minimum, and there's a transitory deal, full control of Donbass. He wants something that he knows that is so difficult for Zelenskyy to sell at home that it will cause political problems.
This afternoon, Putin's latest on-camera military briefing. His generals telling him this month saw the most gains of the year. Putin saying Russian forces should now be able to create conditions to, in his words, liberate the whole of Donbass, and instructing them to seize the city of Zaporizhzhia. And within the last hour, Russia accusing Ukraine of trying to attack Putin's residence between Moscow and St. Petersburg, something it said would affect its negotiating position. An immediate denial coming from Kyiv, with President Zelenskyy saying Russia was trying to undermine progress between Ukraine and the United States.